Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wassalatu wassalamu ala ashrafil anbiya'i wal mursaleen. Nabiyyina Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'een. Rabbana la tuzigh qulubana ba'da idh hadaytana wa hab lana min ladunka rahma innaka antal wahhab. Rabbi yassir wa tuwassir wa tamim bil khair. Allahumma inni as'aluka ilman nafi'a wa rizqan tayyiba wa nur wa amalan mutaqabbala. Rabbana zidna ilman ajma'in inshallah. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Brothers and sisters, this is Ustad Asim Ali class for Sunday, July the 7th, 2024. My name is Nisar Sheikh and I will be continuing facilitating grammatically analysis of Surah Al-Infitar, Surah number 82 in the Quranic sequence. And inshallah, today we have session number 2. Brothers and sisters, as I mentioned before, and for those who are joining us new, unlike most other classes, in our class we analyze each ayah both grammatically and morphologically. Excuse me. Assign the meaning to each word and then to the ayah, and finally compare our translation with the work of the scholar. Our hope is that one day, with the permission, rahmah and grace of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we will be able to look at any ayah of the Musaf and will not only understand it, but also be able to feel the beauty, the depth, the eloquence of the message deep inside our hearts, inshallah. Allahumma anta jal Qur'ana rabiyan qalbina wa nura sadrina. Before we proceed with the analysis, and particularly those who are joining new, I would like to re-emphasize or reiterate that I'm not an alim or even a teacher, but merely a student of the Quran who spends many hours per week to collect the notes from a number of Arab books. And you can see the Arab books is showing on the screen and with their respective page numbers and vocabulary from the dictionaries from our respective scholars so that it can save you a lot of time and easy for you to study personally. So you can see on the screen, as I mentioned before, a number of scholars, but particularly, as I mention all the time, that we will be focusing on Dr. Suleiman Yaqut. But wherever more information is needed, I will add the information from the other scholars. And this is for the Alhamdulillah for the advanced students. But most of you do not have to worry that. Just simply Dr. Yaqut or Nurul Yaqeen's simple explanation, which I will explain to you, will suffice. Excuse me. I'm sorry, brothers and sisters, because of my sickness. I still have to cough occasionally. Inshallah, I will try to mute the mic as much as possible and continue with the class. I do not want to postpone or cancel the class because it's very important for you and me together. To continue with this morphology part, uh, what that means the vocabulary or the conjugation of the words, I have consulted a number of dictionaries, mostly the Quranic dictionaries, such as Badawi, usually known as a double D dictionary by our Ustad Meher Ali, John Penrice, Dr. Nadawi, Dr. Lutfur Rahman, and more journal but detailed dictionary of Hansmere. And particularly, I concern for Brother Zahid Toast for the vocabulary purposes also. I then, for your convenience, write the origin and conjugation of each word right on the page of the ayah so that it will help us, not only help us to translate together, but will be also help you for further study, inshallah. Of course, brothers and sisters, as I mentioned repeatedly, I'm just a human being. I can make mistakes. So first of all, I seek forgiveness in advance from my Lord Allah Subhanahu wa Taala, and from all of you if I make a mistake, and humbly request you all, rather encourage you to help me correct these mistakes. On the screen right now, you can see my email address, which is specific for this class. In this way, I can respond to your query and correction quickly and effectively. So please do write to me and give your suggestion for improvement of this class. So this is basically a mutually learning class, inshallah. So we start in minutes. So, brother and sister, again, my apologies. I will be pausing quite often, so there will be some breaks. Please forgive me for that because I do have a very bad cough and I have to. Um, I don't want to talk at the same time and coughing. So inshallah, so we will start from our surah, inshallah. We're going to start from the ayah number 6, but before we go, inshallah, what we do, we very quickly revise what we said in the previously. Just very quickly the meaning. You have Alhamdulillah, you have the photo screen of my screen repeatedly, so you have your notes in front of you. So is a samaun fatarat. Why is dal kawakibu in tasarat or kabakibun tasarat. So when the sky is split asunder, or when the sky is scattered, why is dal kawakibu in tasarat, and when the stars are scattered or shattered, either one, whatever. Wa isal biharu fujirat, and when the sea are made to explode or gush forth, okay, or turn upside down. Wa isal kaburu muhsirat, and when the graves are overturned, turned upside down, exploded, upturned and exploded. Alimat nafsun ma qaddamat wa akharat. MashaAllah, Alhamdulillah. Such a beautiful scene, visual interpretation, visual scenes where you can look from this ayah, Alhamdulillah, you can visualize the scene of the judgment and will make you. Now here the side saying, and then at that time when all this thing happened, each soul will know what it has sent forth or left behind. Alimat nafsun ma kaddamat wa akharat. So each soul will know what it has sent forth and what it has kept behind. Now we're starting, Alhamdulillah, Ya ayyuhal insanu ma gharraka bi rabbikal kareem. MashaAllah, such a beautiful ayah, such a beautiful warning or type of thing, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala saying, Ayyuhal insanu, holy man, ma gharraka bi rabbikal kareem, what has deluded you from your Lord of the noble, no, most noble ayah. Inshallah, we look at the Arab and we look at the meaning of each word, but look at the eloquence of this sentence and the emphatic nature of this thing. What Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to try to address to all insan. It's not ayyuhal ya ayyuhal mu'minun, no, ayyuhal insan. It's for every human being. There's a sister here. Let's write down. Yeah. Oh, excuse me. My pen is. Let me just fix the pen. I think it's take two. Yeah. These are two words here. Yeah. Three words actually. And ayyuha. Okay. So actually, yeah, ayyuha. So ya is harfunida. Harfunida. And it is always mabni ala sukun. It's always sukun on top of. Ya and then ayu. Okay, there is a ya and there is a ayu and there is a ha. Okay, the three words. So ya is harfunida. Ayu. So I will take one line and then two line, which is ayu. Ayu is munada. It's very halwa puri as I used to say. We have done before. So it's very easy. I'm going to go move faster. Munada mabni ala dhamma. Okay, so mabni ala dhamma. But here, because of the ya, harfunida is fi mahalli nasbin, and we learned that thing before. Okay, fi mahalli harf munada. Uh, fi this becomes harf munada becomes fi mahalli nasbin. Okay, because there is nakra and maksura, indefinite noun. Okay, and ha is the mere muttasil. Sorry, ha is harfu tambi. This is easy one. Harfu tambi. Harfu tambi, and it is also mabnila sukun. And there is always sukun here, by the way, if you like. Okay, so ya ayyuhal insanu. Now, ayyuhal insanu. One other is ayyu, right? Insan now is you can interpret two ways for insan. Insan could be a badal of the ayyu, or insan could be a naat of the ayyu. Okay, so okay, you can choose it. The both is the same. So it's a badal of ayyu, aw, naat. Okay, and is min ayyu. And it is mafu. Sorry, but my writing today is just kind of slipping quite a bit. Marfu and alamati rafail dammatul zahira. You can see that. You can see the dhamma of the insan. Okay. So insan is a badal of ayyu, or insan is a naat of ayyu. So ma garraka. Ma is harfo istifham. Ma is harfo istifham. So I think I will share you in the future. I think I can show you today. There is in a Quran there is at least I think there are about nine types of ma in about 10 types of ma, but nine has been used in the Quran actually, and I think I have it at the table, and I will share with you. I will ask our Ustad to share with you. This is the document I wrote I think many years ago. I think it's 220 I believe, where I have a slideshow for the type of Tuma, usually in Quran. This is just the one page I've tried to show you. I think since the Ma is coming several times in this ayah, and we have done before. So I thought I should just very quickly revise you about the Ma. Ma could be Ma Mustafania, Ma Nafia, Ma Mosula, Ma Masdriya, Ma Zarfia, Ma Shartiya, Ma Tajibubia. Ta'ajjubiyya, biya, ta'ajjubiyatu, okay, and mao kafatun, okay, or makfufatun, and mao nakratu ta'amatun, mubhamatum, and ma is also harfu zada, okay. So these all type of things, etc. And for you think, I think I'm going to share you. This is the description name of the ma, what the ma's are, and this is the reference of the Medina books, reference of the Medina book, where you can see, where can you read further in the Bible. Okay, but the document I have it, I give the examples for each of this ma, and I have another page where I show the ayah of the series of the ayah from the Quran. So this page you can keep it quickly in your desktop, or save it on your table. So anytime the mark comes in, you can look at it and it will give you the condition or something. So in our case, actually, the Mao is tafamiya, which is interrogative ma, asking question. It is a ism basically, it's a noun and it's called what is the meaning, and this is used to ask a question. And detail of this you can go through the Medina books, okay? And the big table, I have the description of the mass, all the thing, which I'm not going to show today because we have to finish a certain section of the ayah, inshallah, today. So here is Mao Istafania. So Ma is here. We can write down here. Ismo istifham. Ismu istifham. Istifham. Okay. So istifham. And here it is fi mahalli. It comes as a mubtada. So if fi mahalli rafin, because mubtada is always raf, fi mahalli rafin, and came as a mubtada. That means, brother and sister, the jumla ismiya is here. Okay. Ya ayyuhal insanu ma gharraka. Now, what is gharraka? Gharraka, there are two words here, right? Just a minute. One minute. Alhamdulillah. So, gharraka is it, brother and sister, the two words. Madi, gharra and ka. Okay. So, gharra is madi. We will go through the vocabulary in a minute when we do the translation, inshallah. Madin, and it is mabni ala fata. And it is actually mudaf word. That means that gha is, this is the fa kalma, gha is fa kalma, and ra is ain kalma, and ra is again lam kalma, fa'ala, right? Fa kalma, ain kalma, lam kalma. So the ra is ain and lam kalma is repeated. That's called mudaf word. So fi'l madi mabni ala fata, and file here is mustatar. File here is, we write down filun, should be damir, mustatirun, mustatirun, damirun, mustatirun, and is jawazan. We have explained jawazan wajuban many times, so istaqdiruhu huwa is estimated to be huwa. And usually for our translation purposes, I write down huwa here, which is in bracket, which is 5. And ka is here, number 2, 2 lines. Ka is damire muttasilun, damire muttasilun, and it is mabni ala fatah. You can see the fatah on the ka, you know. And here, because it's attached to fi'l madin, the ka damire muttasil will attach to the fi'l, attached to the file, when the file is attached to the fi'l, when the file is muttasil, this becomes maf'ul bihi. So mabni ala fatah, and it is fi mahalli nasbin, and it is maf'ul bihi. Okay. Now, brother and sister, ismo istama is ismo istamal, which is mubtada. Where is khabar? Where is khabar? So this jumla, the jumla gharraka, the jumla here, let me just increase the screen, it's very easy to write. I will say jumla min, which is fail, gharra, and file is huwa, fail of file ka, is fi mahalli rafin, and is a become a khabar of ma. Khabar, khabarul ma, which is the mubtada. Okay? Right? Excuse me. And brother and sister, you see harfun nida came. Yeah. Right? When nida came, harfun nida came, we were looking for jawab nida. Where is jawab? This is the question. There has to be jawab. Ya ayyuhal insanu ma gharraka. So ya is harfun nida. So this sentence here, this sentence together, brother and sister, this gharraka and ma together, which is, we say, jumla Alhamdulillah, if you practice all of this, thing going to become halwa puri, as our Ustad used to say. Jumla min, and I can assure you, brothers and sisters, many years ago, when I first joined the our Ustad class, I was very worried that how I will know all these things. It's very complicated. But Alhamdulillah, if you practice to look it seriously, it's become amazing. It's become amazingly easy. It's become so interesting to you that you want to study day and night. Alhamdulillah. So, Jumla min mubtada khabar, this is the mahalli, la mahala mera, because jawab nada like silatul mawsul, they do not have any jawab, any arab. So, we call la mahalla min al so jawabul al nida. Okay? Why? Because the sentence is a sanafiya, right? So, if the sentence is a sanafiya, it becomes sentence is thick nafiya. Okay? Is thick. Okay? So far, Alhamdulillah, I've got. Now we go, Ya ayyuhal insanu ma gharraka birabbikal kareem. You can see birabbika, you can see immediately there are three words there. Okay. Number one is ba, harfi. Okay. Number two is rab, and number three is ka. Okay. So number one is harfu jarrin, and this is mabni ala kasra. Rabba or Rabbi here, two lines, is ism majroor because of the ba. And alamat, the jarra, you can see the kasratul zahira here. And is also, Rabbi is also mudaf plus mudaf. Now mudaf is there, where is mudaf ilahi? Which is the third sentence here. Sorry, I will get three lines. Sorry, I think we do follow the same three lines here, which is ka. Ka is damire muttasilun, and it is mabni ala fatah, and it's the mahalli jarre, and this becomes mudafe ilahi of Rab, right? Which is Rab, it's mudaf. And as we mentioned, brother and sister, now this all three words are here. I did very systematically. Ba is harfu jar, Rabbi is a majrur, wahwa mudaf, and Ka is damir muttasil and mudafi ilahi, wahwa mudafi ilahi, right? What is Al-Karim, brother and sister? Al-Karim is a naat of Rab, naat of naat of Rab. So we say Al-Karim is naat of Sifat, and in the bracket of Rab, Rabbi, and it is majrurun. Why it is majrurun, brother and sister? Because the Rabbi is majrur, ismu majrur. So it's a naat of the ism that it has carried the majrurun. And you can see the alamut jarra, the alamut jar is very easy. Right? So this is very easy. Ya ayyuhal insanu ma gharraka bi rabbikal kareem. Ya is harfunida, ayyu is manada, ha is takri, insanu is badal, ma is harf which is mubtada, gharraka, which is madi, fail and madi is file or is fail and file together become the khabar of the ma. And this sentence, ma gharraka, is now जवाब निदा दिया. बिरब्बिकल करीम. बिरब्बी is harf jar. रब्बी इसम मजरूर वह मुदाफ एंड काइल दमीर मुत्तसिल मबनी अला फतह फी महल्ली जर्र मुदाफ इलैहि अल करीम is not. Okay, so this is the Arab, very simple. So let's quickly go to see the vocabulary. Okay, so for your sake, I have tabulated very nicely for you guys. Sometimes it takes many hours to prepare this, brothers and sisters, but the whole idea is that it makes your study much easy. Excuse me. Excuse me. So insan comes up anisa. Let me take it. Insan is anik. It has two babs. Bab Samia or Bab Nasara. Bab Samia or Bab Nasara. Okay. Bab Samia Anisa ya Nasa. Ya Nasa. Anisa ya Nasa. If Bab Nasra, then Anis. Oh, I beg your pardon. It's not a Bab Nasra, it's Bab Kuroma. My mistake, brother and sister, there's a mistake here. I think in a rush I did that. When I look at the word, it's Bab Kuroma. Karuma. Bab Kuruma. You become to you. Dhamma, you become to Dhamma. Okay. So the word watch is if you take the Bab Samia, Anisa, Yanisu. If you take Bab Kurama, that Anusa, Yanusu, and but both masdar are unsan. Unsan. Okay. So meaning of this thing, to be compassionate, to be friendly, to be compassionate, to be friendly, sociable, or friendly. Okay. And the word anasa, which is form 4, okay, which if you write down Hamza Alif Lam, okay, it's very easy. Yunisu inasan, to perceive, to discern, to sense, the meaning, okay. And insun is collective noun, humankind and human being. Insan is also a collective noun from the same root word called humankind. Here is comes as a humankind. Human being, man and woman, all used for insan together. When asun and its singular is insun, right? Singular is insun. Okay. A group of people, tribes. Insuyun, someone from the human race. It's all used. Okay. It's a beautiful. Sometimes Arabic is a beautiful language. Okay. So we're going to use the word humankind. So we say ya ayyuhal. O, ya is O. We using you. O. I think we using green for the translation. O, mankind, or O, mankind, or human, or O, man or woman. Okay. So write down, we just take simply O, man. Ma garraka. Ma is has the form, means what? Garraka. What is garraka? The root words are, as I say, mudaf. Ga, ra, ra. Garra, ga, ra, ra. Garra, mudaf. And from Bab Nasra, Yagurru, Gururan. Yagurru and Gururan means to deceive, to beguile, to delude. And Garur came from the same word, deception, illusion, delusion. I think we have used we have used these words, so Urdu speaking all the time, so just give me a minute, brother and sister. Right. So we write down to deceive or to beguile, okay, to deceive or to delude, maybe delude is better. So what has, because of the past, I think I should write it a bigger. So when we take the screenshot, has deluded you. Or what has deceived you or beguiled you. You can use either word, man. What has deluded you, has deluded, and ka, you. Okay, this is the ka, you. Birabbika, which is concerning your Lord, concerning your Lord, Al Kareem, Al Kareem, Al Kareem. What is Kareem? Is Karuma, which is Bab Kuruma. Okay, Karuma, Yakrumu, Karaman. It has many masdar. Karaman, Karamatan, or Karamatan. Karamatan or Karamatan. All the three different type of masdar for that. Karuma, Yakrumu means to be noble, to be generous. Form 2 is Karrama, Yukarrimu, Takriman, to honor someone. Form 4 is Akrama, Yakrimu, Ikraman, to treat someone with kindness. To treat with kindness or to honor someone. All the meaning. And ismo tabdil here is or superlative noun thing actually is akramu, most and more honored, most and more honored or noble. Al akramu is attribute of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the most generous, the most bountiful. Okay. From this masdar, from this masdar ismu fa'il ala sigatul mubalagha karimun or fa'ilun. Wazan is fa'ilun is karimun. Right? Wazan is karimun. Karaman, which is masdar, is on the weight of fa'ilun, it becomes karim. Karimun. And its jama would be karamun. Jama would be karamun. Means generous, noble, and dignified. But when you have a Al Kareem, this is an attribute of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That means the most generous. The most generous. For instance, I took all the words for you to make you think easier for next time when the other word comes in. We already have done here. Alhamdulillah. So we write down here the most noble. The most noble. Okay. So let's see. Ya ayyuhal insanu ma gharraka bi rabbikal kareem. O man, what has deluded you concerning your Lord, the most noble? For mais Istefania, right? So let's look at it, whatever, what the authentic translation is. So this is ayah number, I believe, 6. Yes, I've already prepared this thing for you guys, so it becomes much easier for, and you can compare your notes with the scholars. What happened here? Did I do something wrong? Translation. Copy. Yes, Alhamdulillah. Okay. Okay. As our Ustad continuation of the class, Alhamdulillah, they usually take Dr. Mustafa Khatab, or Mohar Ali, Dr. Mohar Ali, and Iman Torres. So I have collected all three translations for you. So we did our own translation is, O mankind, O man, what has done to you concerning the laws, the most noble. Now, Dr. Mustafa Khatam from a clear Quran, O man, what deluded you concerning your Lord, the most generous? The most generous. Okay, I say. Dr. Muharali, O man, what has deluded you about your Lord, the most beneficent? Mashallah is a beautiful word. Beneficent. Okay. Iman Torres, Sister Iman Torres, Al Hanif, translated, O human, what has kept you away from your Lord, the generous one? What have we can ask this question to every day of ourselves. Ya ayyuhal insanu ma gharraka bi rabbikal kareem. And what is keeping us from the what is diluting us from our daily life here? What is diluting us considering our Lord, which is the most generous? And then we come, so we look at the following ayah, inshallah. Allazi khalaqa fasawwaka fa'addalaka fa'addalaka fasawwaka fa'addalaka. Okay. So here, sister, just give me a minute again. Alhamdulillah. So next, we're talking about Allazi khalaqa fasawwaka fa'addalaka fa'adalaka. What is Allazi? I think Allazi khalaqa fasawwaka fa'adalaka. Allazi is ismu mawsul. We know all the time. Alhamdulillah. Many, many times we did that. So this is ismu mawsul. And it is mabni ala sukoon. Okay. Mabni ala sukoon. And it is actually, if you look at the previous ayah, sister, we say, Gharraka bi Rabbikal Kareem, bi Rabbikal Kareem. Al Kareem is a naat of the Rabbika. Allazi. Al Kareem Allazi. Al Kareem. Al Kareem Allazi. Khalaqa fasawwaka. So Al Kareem Allazi now is is actually naat number two of the uh, Rabb. Okay? So therefore it would be because Al Kareem is majrurun, so it would be fi mahalli jarrin. Why? Because it is not not number two or not sanin. You can call either way of what Rabbi. Okay, correct. ما غرك بربك الكريم الذي خلق فسوى. Okay, so خلق. Now again, Madin. It has two words. Okay, خلق. Let me just and ka. خلق is the Madin. I think we may have to rush now because we did. It's very easy. Okay, Madin. So I'm going to leave it rush here. Okay, Madin, Mabni Allah, Mata, right? And now its file is Damir Mustatirun, the same as the way before. Damir Mustatirun. And its Jawazan, Tadbiruhu, Huwa. And I will write down Huwa here. Okay. And again, Ka is Damir Muttasil. مبني على فتح في محل نصب مفعول به like we did like we did غرقا. Okay, it's the same thing. Okay, so I'm now spending my time. Number two lines here, which is ka, and this is ضمير متصل is ضمير متصل and it is مبني على فتح and should be في محل نصب and it is مفعول به of the fail خلق. Okay. And brothers and sisters, as you know, from now on, I will always mention it. Anytime ism mausul come, the following sentences are is sila. If you recall our previous lessons, that I said the silla itself, ism mausul itself does not carry a meaningful meaning unless you look at this, it's a silla. Okay. So ism mausul does not convey meaning without a silla. Same way jar majroor does not have a sensible meaning. You call it without a muta'alliq. A jar majroor can be muta'alliq for 8 different things, as we learned before. Okay. So anytime allazi comes in, so following sentence, the sentence immediately afterwards becomes silla. So now most of the Arameans do that. They just write down, and we have adopted that thing because we're following Dr. Yakut all the time. So we say jumla min, you say jumla, sorry, I need to my red pen. Jumla min, this is the asloob of this kitab, of our scholars of the Arab. They usually call it jumla with fail of file. Even though khalaqa is also jumla, but it actually does not make sense till you have the entire jumla. Khalaqa fasawwaka fafadalaka. Okay. Jumla min fi'l. So here I think we are just following Dr. Yakut with jumla bin fi'l, which is called khalaqa, uh, along with maf'ul bahi. Silla is always la mahalla min Arab. It doesn't have any Arab, and it's called sillatul masul. Okay. So this is sillatul masul. Fasawwaka, fa is harfu ataf. It's a, it's a three words here. Fa, sawwa, and ka. Okay. Fa is harfu ataf. That means that it will have a that's going to make sense with the jumla came before. Okay. Harfu ataf, which is khalaqa. So it's connected with the matuf ala khalaqa. It's fasawwaka. Harfu ataf, mabni ala fatah. Number two lines. Fi'l madin, and it is mabni ala. Now here is fasawwa. When we do the vocabulary, then I will explain you. There is a dammatul muqaddara. You have to estimate the damma because it is hidden on the ya. Okay. So and then when we do the vocabulary, I will explain you. So we say al muqaddar. We are estimating, and it is there because of the difficult in pronunciation. So we can call fasavayaka. Okay, so let's start. It should be Lela. So I beg your pardon. Let's start. It's a difficulty in pronunciation. Okay, because brother and sister, the root word for this is in, wow, ya. So this ya is here. Okay, ya is here, and therefore here there is actually fatah there. And file is the same thing. So rather me writing it, I think I will just copy it very quickly so we save some time. So file is the same thing. Copy, paste. तो मेरे मुतसिर दबेरो हूँ जवाजन तकदीरो हुआ. Okay. And ka is again the mere muttasil, which is number 3. So we draw the 3 lines here. 1, 2, 3. And we just copy from what we wrote before. This is the same thing. Okay. Okay. So let me remove this. Okay. So the ka is damire muttasilun mabni ala fatah fi mahalli nasbin maf'ul bhi. Excuse me. And brother and sister, because fa came here, as I mentioned, so fa came here. So this jumla now, jumla, maybe I should enlarge it. Once you know the practice, I think things become very easy. As our star used to say, hello. Jumla mean fail plus file. What is? Fail is sabwa, right? And then ka is maf'ul bhi. File is hua, right? Jumla means fail of file. And this is matu fi'la because the fa there is sillatul mawsul. And therefore it will be la mahalla min al-i'rab, right? Because the other sillah. Just give me 1 minute, sister. I'm so sorry because I have to pause many times because of my cough. Alhamdulillah, we're back now. Fa, fa adalaka. Fa adalaka. Fa adalaka, Arab is exactly the same as fa sabbaka. So we will just say it quickly and I will just copy from here and write down. So it will save us a lot of time. And brother and sister, I just remember I didn't give you a screenshot of the last one. Inshallah, maybe when I finish, I will give the screenshot for both of the pages. So just to quickly revise here, this fa is, so I should draw the line here. Sorry, fa, adda, and ka. So fa is harfi ataf, mabni ala fatah. Adala, fi'l madin, mabni ala fatah, al muqaddara lil ta'zuri. Oh, sorry, it's not lil ta'zuri here. I beg your pardon. That's what happens when you do copy. But when you can see we can see very easily. Mabni ala madin, mabni ala fatah. Fatah is right there. Fatah to zahira. Fatah to zahira. Okay? And file is zamir muttasil. Jawazan taqdiruhu huwa. And ka is zamir muttasil mabni ala fatah. Ka is zamir muttasil mabni ala fatah fi mahli nasbin maf'ul bihi of that word, right? And this jumla, because of the fa here, is matu fi'la, matu fi'la, silatul mawsul. Matu fi'la, this jumla, and therefore silatul mawsul. Okay? So let's look at the quickly meaning. Excuse me. Allazi, very easy. Alhamdulillah, we did many times. Who, great. Allazi, who, khalaka. Khalaka, we did, I think, before also. Very quickly we go through. Khalaka, khalaka. From Bab Nasra. Khalaka, yakhluku, khalkan. Khalaka, yakhluku, khalkan. Okay, form 1. Mean to create, to bring into being. To create, to bring into being. To create or to bring into being. Khulakun is manner, habit, custom, character, natural disposition, all called khulakun. Okay. So we said khalaka, create. Created. Ka, you. Who created you? Who? Ya ayyuhal insanu ma gharraka bi rabbikal kareem. Oh man, what has guided you concerning your Lord, the most noble? Who created you? That's why Allah Nas. Who created you? And then what? Asafa and or then let's look at Sambaka. See, the verb is brother sister, seen, wow, ya, as I explained before. Okay. Seen, wow, ya. Saviya, Bab, Samia. Bab, Samia. Saviya, Yaswa, Sivan, and Savan. Okay? Means to be equal, to be in the middle, to be equal or to be in the middle. Form 2 is Savva. Form 2 is Savva, which came here. Savva, which came here. Savva, you savvi tasviyatan. To make equal, to consider as equal, to fashion, which we're going to use here, to form, to shape, to proportion, to flatten, to level to the ground is all called Savva. Form 2. Okay. Form 3 is Savi, Sava, to Savi, and Masavatan, to make equal. Okay, Masavatan, to make equal, to make level. Okay, level. Form 4 is Astava, Yastavi, is Istivaan, to ascend, to mount, to be equal. And when this Istava form 8 comes with the Ela, it means to turn to something, to turn to something. And Savangan noun became a lot of time has been used different one for Savan. So being equal, being same, equal, just middle. But the word came here, Samvaya, Samva, which is to fashion, to form, or to proportion. So we write down Khalaka, who created you, Fasavaka, then fashion you. Then fashion you. Now for Adalaka. What is Adala? Let's look at the Adala. Adala, Yadilu, Adalan, or Adalatan. Bab Dareba. Daraba, Yadribu. Adala, Yadilu. Okay? To act justly, equitably, with fairness, to be equal. Here is to make equal. Okay? Or to make proportion. And the same word called Adulan, to deviate, to turn away, to sever, to deflect. And Adlun, everybody knows this word, justice, fairness, uprightness, equivalent, recompense. Justice is your Adl. Allazi khalaqa fasawwa. So here actually, to rather making equal, we have the tafsir translation, then balance you or proportion you. Okay? Fashion you and then proportion you. I think proportion may be a better word here. I think I should write down here to proportion. To make equal, or should be here to make to proportion. Okay. So we write down here, then proportioned, or you can always use the word balance. I think the word by word Quran has used the word balanced. So usually we make a translation from them. So I want to continue the both words here. But here I think if you look at it, the proportion looks a little bit better meaning than that. Okay? So we say, Allazi khalaka fasawwaka fa'adalaka, who created you, then fashioned you and balanced you. So, Ya ayyuhal insanu, O man, what have deluded you concerning your most noble, who created you, then fashioned you, then proportioned. And so that is the reason what happened here. Yeah, okay. So let's look at the that's the one. That's why I'm saying this sentence is so beautiful. Ya ayyuhal insanu ma gharraka bi rabbikal kareem allazi khalaqaka fasawwaka fa'adalaka. What had, oh man, what had diluted you from you, the most noble master, uh, who has created you, then fashioned you, and then proportioned you. Okay, let's look at the authentic translation. The translation go, which is number 7 here. I just copy from here. I already worked hard, brother and sister, to prepare you to in advance to become, we save some time and things become easier for us. And in this way, you don't have to look at the other translation. So here, Dr. Mustafa Khatab is saying, Allah khalaka, He who created you and formed you, this is fashion, formed you and proportioned you. Dr. Morally, He who has created you, then duly shaped you, and then balanced you. See the balance he used. I think that's what the balance used by the uh, word by the Quran. I think Iman Torres said, you see, she used the small who because it's connected from the previous sentence. Who created you and shaped you in a perfect balance. Remember, we have somewhere in balance here, you know, in a perfect balance to make equal. Okay, who who has balanced you in a perfect balance and proportion, who has shaped you in perfect balance and proportion. Alhamdulillah, we did very close and conceptual the same meaning as our scholars. So last time I forgot to give you a screenshot, brothers and sisters. So I'm going to just quickly take a 2 minutes break so I can clear my throat. And while you can take the thing, I'm going to mute my thing for a minute. But at the same time, I will do. So that's the screenshot for the first page, and this is the vocab for the ayah number 6. And this is a screenshot for ayah number 7. And this is the screenshot for vocab of ayah 7. Alhamdulillah, we move on to ayah number 8, inshallah. So, fi ayyi suratim masha rakkaba, rakkabak. Fi ayyi suratin masha rakkab, masha rakkabak. So, fi here, brother and sister, is harf. Let me enlarge a little bit. Harf and this is mabni ala sukoon. There's always a sukoon on the ya, which is not shown here. And brother and sister, you can see this here mad, and this mad when it comes after ya, the hamza came after ya. This mad is actually for tajweed rule, even though we don't teach such tajweed in this class. The tajweed rule says mad is munfasilun, and we are supposed to elongate it to 4 to 5 pounds. Inshallah. So harf jar mabni ala sukoon. And this is, I will just for the sake of completion rule, I done madrul al munfasilun. Munfasilun. Fasilun. Okay. So, P is harf jar mabni ala sukoon, and ayyi is ism majroor. Ism majroor and alamate jarra is kasratul zahira. And ayyi, brother and sister, whenever ayyu come, whenever ayyu come, here is ayyi because the fi is always a madaf. Okay, so wahuwa madaf. So if there is a madaf, then the next word is going to be mudaf ilayh. Remember, brother and sister, there is a mudaf ilayhi, do not have a gap. So does so does natumanu. They have to be side by side. Okay. And this jaro majroor now mutaalliq. Excuse me. This has two interpretation for this. As I mentioned before, jaro majroor is always mutaalliq something. Okay. Number one, this is jaro majroor. Jaro majroor. If I increase it, writing becomes a little better. Majroor mutaalliq will fail. That's one. Rakiba. Alati, which is coming afterwards, right? Rakiba, right? Rakiba, right. And it could be or number two, it is could be bimezu hal. So there are two interpretations for this. Okay, and we will when we look at the things, and then we then we understand why it could be hall also, because it's so basically saying assembled. He assembled his result. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala assembled his results in a various images. I mean, that's what we're talking about. So, fi ayyi suratin. So, ayyi is mudaf. Suratin is mudafe ilahi. And this is majrurun. And alamat jarra is kasratu zahira. Okay, kasrata. Okay, so it's very easy. Fi ayyi suratin. Masha'a. Masha'a. Here, brother and sister, ma has two interpretations. We will take the first simple one and we finish it, and we'll come back and take the second option. In this way, the explanation become much easier and easy to understand. Okay, so we go in Alhamdulillah systematically. Number one, ma could be mayo zaida, and it's always lil takid. Okay? And it is har, which is mabni ala sukun. Okay? This is sukun is always there. That's a very simple explanation. And brothers and sisters, as we mentioned, this ma, if you go back to our note of the ma, the table which I show you, out of the 10 ma, number 10 is here listed as ma zaida, means the extra ma. It's actually harf and means that practically means extra, meaning is extra, and it is used for the emphasis. If you go to the English key in Medina book number 3, English key page 147, it will describe your definition ma extra. And when I'm going to share a document, the complete document of Ma, you would be able to understand all these different type of Ma. Alhamdulillah, during our last year sessions, all session by now, I think we have came across Estefania, Nafia all the time, which can be Laisa also. Ma Masula will, we did Ma Masdriya, and Mao Sharpia came many times, and I think Mao Kafatun came, I think, one or two times. And I think in this particular case, I think they in this coming ayahs, I think we were Ma Nakratu Tamat Muawitu and Ma Zaida right here. So Alhamdulillah, we have almost all the Ma came in. Okay. And I think there may be a thing of Ma Zarfia, which I don't think is occur. I may be mistaken. May Allah forgive me for that. I have not came across Ma Zarfia in Quran. If anybody knows that, please let me know. I will be very grateful, inshallah, and I can complete this table then. Okay. So we come back to our notes here. Back to so this game is Ma Zada. Zaida is always talking, and this is actually a harf, not a ism. It's a harf, and it's mabni ala sukun. اشتاء فعل ماضي. Easy. My apology, brother and sister. This is my post-COVID. I'm still recovering. I still have a cough, but مبني على فتح فعل ماضي مبني على فتح. You can see فتح is ظاهرة, right? فتح is ظاهرة. And brothers and sisters, look at it. This mud here is مد منفصل, and uh, this mud here is مد متصل, because it's the same word. Mud came the last word, Hamza came the last word of the alif. So this is مد متصل. So فعل فعل ماضي مبني على فتح, and its file is ضمير مستتر. File is, let me increase it, quite easy. Brothers and sisters, I just write down God for the damir, okay, to save time. Mustatirun. Damir mustatirun. Jawatan. And istaqdiruhu. Okay, and we write down huwa very nicely here. So when we're translating, then we know what we find. And this jumla, brothers and sisters, masha'a, suratin masha'a. This jumla masha'a actually become a knot of suratin. And I will explain. Let me first write down, then I will explain. I will um, revise the rules. Inshallah. I think I have done few times, and I have shown you the document also. But inshallah, we revise it again. So as our Ustad used to say, don't worry, do not worry, inshallah. Human is always forgetful. And if we keep on repeating our class, inshallah, in few years' time, everything is going to become Harbapuri. Jumla min fail plus file, which is file is who, fail is Shah, and it just becomes fi mahalli jarrin. I will explain how. Fi mahalli jarrin, and this become, because brothers and sisters, it's a naat of suratin. Suratin is majroor, so naat is majroor. Suratin majroor, so it's naat is majroor. Fi mahalli jarrin, naat, and in bracket we will write down surat. Okay. Now, I think let's revise quickly some of the rules. I think I've shown this document many times before. Not work was the Navia. And I'm going to only do the, I think we're not going to waste time here. I think just for the repetition shape, I will just revise it. There are three particular rules, brother and sister. Number one is if jumlu wa ashbahu jumlu, means the jumla sentence or sentences or the shubha jumla. Shubhu jumla. Shubhu jumla is phrases, okay? Excuse me. Shubha jumla is basically a phrase. A phrase could be jaro majroor. Right? Jaro majroor came many times. And this most of the time this rule applies for a jaro majroor. There occasionally there are jumla comes on in the Quran, and there are a lot of examples for that. And today example is today in front of us. Suratim Masha. So Masha is a jumla actually, which comes after a nakra noun, so it becomes not. For example, look, a sentence or a phrase that comes after indefinite noun is become a not or sifa. Okay. And if a sentence or a phrase that comes after a definite noun, nakra, marfa, then it becomes hard. And this is important, brother and sister. This is if not of a nakra noun. This is not which came here. If the not of a nakra noun came before an indefinite noun, not after. After jaro majroor, after an indefinite noun becomes a not. But if this not jaro majroor come before the nakra noun, it becomes this ha. So three rules, okay? And there are few examples of this in the Quran also. There's a lot of examples of this available. And I think I will give you the example of the last one here. I think I have shared this document before. So, for example, look here. Lakum fi kasasi hayat. Now, hayatan, hayat here. Hayat is a word. Fi kasasis is usually after this, but it came before the nakra noun. So this becomes jaro majbur now become is hat. Okay, hat. Or sabihal is hayat. Okay. So these are the examples, Alhamdulillah, from the Quran. Okay. And today's example, you can see very clearly. We go back to our ayat. Suratun, which is nakra. Masha is a jumla now. It's not a jaru majur. It's a jumla now. So if jumla comes if after a nakra now, that jumla becomes now. Okay. So Alhamdulillah, I hope it is clear. Now let's move on to Rakkaba. Rakkabaka, there are two words, brothers and sisters. Rakkaba and Ka. Okay. Rakkaba is, I think this is exactly the same as before. So what I'm going to do? I'm going to just copy from here, okay? And we can talk. So this will save some time. But usually I write everything down so that people who of you who are making notes, I think those become complete. Okay. Rakkaba is fi'l madin, mabni ala fata, and 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 file is damir mustaqirun, jawazan taqdiruhu huwa. We write down huwa here. Okay. And ka is now we have to change it. Okay. Sorry, this is not correct. This we will write down ourselves, and we say ka, which is now we have to draw two lines. Ka is damir muttasil, and this is mabni ala fatah. You can see the fatah on the top of the ka, and actually it's fi mahalli nasbin now because it is maf'ul bihi. Remember when the fail comes where file is damir mustatir. When fail join with the fi'l madi join with the damir muttasilun, is most likely it is maf'ul bihi. So fi mahalli nasbin, this becomes maf'ul bihi. Just keep consistent with the other. Okay. And this entire jumla, brother and sister, this jumla rakaba, jumla fi'l fa'il is istinafiya. Lam halla min al. I think to completion of the note, I think I should write down jumla here. We should down on the side here because we have to remember I said this option number one for the mark. We have to talk about option number two. So we need some room. So I'm going to just write down here, following here, continue here. We say jumla min fi'l plus file is la mahalla min al-i'rab, it is istinafiya. Okay? Correct? So this is the first interpretation. First interpretation is for the thing is ma is harf zaida. Now other scholars are saying this ma could be ismo shart. Ma could be ismo shart. Excuse me, sister, let's go. I still have it here. Yeah. Mao Shartiya. See, here we go. This Mao Shartiya, and it is conditional now. Okay, use whatever. Okay, use for conditional clause. So here, if you use for conditional clause, then we can. I think first we will draw a line so we don't confuse things. Okay. So number two, we write down here. This ma, we can take this ma ismo shart or Mao Shartiya. Ma Shartiya, or you can call Isma Shart, okay? And it is Mabni ala Sukun. The same thing as before. Just have a right? Now, since Ma Shartiya, which is this is Ism, which came before the Fele Madin. This Ma is actually is Mafule Bihi. And we will call it in such cases when Mafule Bihi comes before his fail, before his fail of file, is called Mafule Bihi Muqaddam. Okay? So we will write down here this Ma Shartiya is Ism, and this is the Mahalli Nasbin is called Mafule Bihi Muqaddam. And Mafule Bihi of what? The Shah. Okay? I want to put up. Ah, this is okay. Correct. So one option is Ma is Zaida, second option is Ma Ismu Shart. Okay. When Ma becomes Ismu Shart, his fail is going to become Majzoo, and Jawab Shart fail also going to become Majzoo. Okay. Remember, I think we talked about this thing. That when the Ma Shartiya comes, it brings the it brings the both fails as Majzoo. Okay. What we used to call them? We usually call it our our Ustad has used the term Jazimo Tajzimu Fi Laini. Jazimo Tajzimu Fi Laini means that is going to make two things as Majzum. Okay. So we will write down the same thing for the Shah now, but we call it Madin, Fil Madin. Everything remains the same. Mabni ala Fatah. But now we write down this is Fi Mahalli Jazmin. Okay. Fi Mahalli Jazmin. This is because it is Fil yeah, right? It becomes Fil right? Maybe I should write down here so that it become easy for you guys for future sake. Here, Alhamdulillah, I was able to memorize this thing by heart now, but it's very easy if you practice it. It's called Jazimun, Jazimun, Tajzimun, Failai. Which is to fail. Okay, so it's going to make much to fail much so. Those what are those two fails? Fail, failure shart and failure jawab shart. Okay. So Shah we deal with, and the remaining thing basically remain the same. Okay, so we just cut that down. Excellent. All the other thing, and also Jumla it's also still remain the not. That rule has nothing to do whether it's Mao Zada or Mao Shartiya. Okay, everything remains as such, except that the field becomes Filo Shart, and now it becomes Fi Mahalli Jasmine. And then in third case, again, everything remains the same. Everything as such the way it before, except what I'm going to do, I'm going to just copy this thing from here so that your notes remain complete. See, this is second option. Everything remains the same, no problem, except this fail madin, which is before, was going to become the same thing as we did the failure shot. This is a failure juabusha. This becomes fail juabusha. So it becomes, so we call fi mahalli jazmin, we say fail Jawabu Ashar. Okay? So that's the one thing. Then this Jumla now. Jumla min fail plus file is la mahalla min al-Arab, like it was before Istinafia. It is still the same thing, but it's a la mahalla min al-Arab. Why? Because it is a jawabu shart. So, brother and sister, the shart is mashaw. Jawabu shart is rakkabak. Jawabu shart is rakkabak. Right? so, so this is the other thing. Okay. And now this jumla aslub shart is la mahalla min al-Arab istinafiya. So then that's jumla again is a jawab shart and is also if a aslub shart ma sha rakaba. Okay, jawab shart is this, but this is rakaba, right? And aslub shart the ma sha rakaba ka. This is also jumla istinafiya. I'm not going to write that thing. I think it's not much room there. Okay? Just you understand that thing. Difference between jawab shart. The jawab shart is only rakaba. Okay, and aslub shart is Masha complete. And this also La Mahalla in Arab. Okay. Let's look at the Alhamdulillah, the translation now. Excuse me, my apologies. So we say P is in. IG, whatever. I think I have to write a bit bigger. Whatever or whichever. Either way, whatever or whichever. Surat. What is Surat? Here we go in our notes, okay? Let me take a pen. Suratin, okay? The verb here is Sara. Root words are Swad, Wow, Ra, okay? And from Bab Nasra, Sara, Yasuru, Sauran, Sauran. Sara, Yasuru, Sauran. To make something incline or lean. This is the literal meaning of the form one word, Salasi Mujarrad. Okay? And its form two is Samvara. Yusavviru tasvirun. Everybody knows this word is so common in Indo-Pak that everybody talks about all things, but this word actually came from the Arabic language. Savvara, Yusavviru tasvirun. Tasvirun is to form, to shape, to form, to fashion, to sculpture, and to picture. This all meaning of the form two. And Suratun is plural suvaru, shape, form, image, shape, form, image. Okay, and surun is trumpet. Surun is trumpet. Okay, and fishir and musawwar is very common word we use. This is mufad from that, which is a painter. And al musawwar is the alhamdulillah, the attribute of Allah subhanahu wa taala, and it has beautiful meaning for that. And you can see an attribute of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Sorry, I should move this thing from here because it's not working. Okay. I was supposed to take this pen. The former and the fashioner of an all existing thing. It's a beautiful meaning for that. I want to take a minute or so. Okay. Al-Musawwaru, Al-Musawwiru, the former or fashioner of all existing things, who has established them and given to every one of them a special forms and a particular manner, or in a particular manner of being wherever, whereby it is distinguished with their variety and multitude. The complete definition of al-musawwar. I think when you have a time, read this and think about it. That what is really accomplished when we say al-musawwir. Okay, but here the word came. What is form is a form or a shape. Form of a suratun is a shape or a form. Okay, or image. Shape, form, or image. Okay, I think I labeled this wrong here. I should do. I should mark it here. Shape, form, or image because surah came. Okay. So let me write down what we agree from a translation here is we should uh, form. What happened here? What form or shape? Okay. What form or shape or image? Okay. Either way. Ma is no matter it's a shartiya or zaida, the meaning of the word the same. What? Sha'a. Sha'a. Sha'a is from Bab Samya. So Bab Samya. Okay. Sha'a actually Shaiya. So its root words are Seen, Ya, Hamza. I think we should Sheen, Ya, Hamza. Root words are Sheen, Ya, and Hamza. Okay. So Asaluhu Shaiya. Okay. And Sha'a, Yusha'u, Shayyan. Shayyan. Okay. And its meaning is to will, to wish. And shayin, we know plural is ashyau, things, something, matter. Okay. And just go look through Mufradatul Quran, Mufrad, to look at the difference between Shah and Arada. Shah and Arada, there's an explanation, beautiful explanation. Both are usually used in the same context, but they are definitely different in the meaning. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala chooses something Shah and something Arada. So one should be aware of that. Okay. For the sake of time, I'm not going to open that book and show it to you, but I think that's your homework. You should do and look at it. It's very important to see those things. Okay. So we said we will take the meaning of to wish, to see. Okay, to wish and to will. So we say here he huwa, which is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Jadulu Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So we say he willed. He willed. Rakkaba. What is Rakkaba, brothers and sisters? We go. This again, Bab Samia. Root words are Ra, Ba, Rakkaba. So Rakiba, here form two came, brothers. So that's why he's saying Rakaba, but actually it's Rakiba Bab Samia. Rakiba Yarkabu Rakban. Rakiba Yarkabu Rakban, to ride or mount, to travel, to move on, to progress. All these meanings are to ride or travel, move on to. Rak, Rakaba Yurakkibu Tarkiban is form two. Rakaba Yurakkibu Tarkiban, and that's what came here. To compose, to put or fit together, to assemble, to make is all the word form rakaba. All the word form rakaba. You see how the word brothers and sisters changes to ride and mount, and form two become to assemble. Okay, so one has to be it's a beautiful Arabic language. So he said rakaba is huwa. Huwa again yadulu ala Allah subhanahu. So he assembled. So we write down the meaning. He larger, he which is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala assembled, and ka is you. Ka. So the meaning is in whatever form he assembled you, whatever he did, in whatever shape, whatever form He fashioned you whatever form he pleased. He fashioned you whatever form he willed. Okay. So this is the literary meaning, the verbal meaning of fi ayyi, in whatever surat, shape or form, masharakaba, he assembled you whatever he pleased and however he wished and however he pleased. Okay. So that is in the look at the previous context. Ya ayyuhal insanu ma gharraka bi rabbikal kareem. O man, what has deluded you? I'm sorry, I think I realized that I may be pronouncing it wrong. Are you saying diluted? No. Deluded. Deluded you. I beg your pardon, my mistake. Sometimes my tongue, slip. So it is actually, O the mankind, O human being, what has deluded you concerning your Lord, which is the most noble? He is the Lord, He is the most noble Lord who created you, fashioned you, and then proportioned you, and whatever form He wish, He has shaped you. And He fashioned you whatever form He pleased. This is because He's all in all. Okay? This is the Alhamdulillah, um, the explanation of the Surah. So we go and try to do the authentic translation now. This is ayah number 8. We go to ayah number 8, Alhamdulillah. There we go. I have already prepared for you guys, Alhamdulillah. We copy here and bring it to our Surah ayah. Okay. So we're saying, let me just move it down. So you can see the ayah number. Dr. Mustafa Khatam, in whatever shape he willed, he assembled you. In whatever shape he willed, he assembled. Dr. Muhar Ali, in whatever shape he willed, he constituted you. Beautiful word. He constituted you. Actually, brothers and sisters, I mentioned repeatedly, Dr. Muhar Ali and Muhammad Asad, they are the people, they are the two, mashallah, scholars who, when they translate, they try to get the English translation of an Arabic word as closely as possible, as closely as possible. Other people, Alhamdulillah, do beautifully. They do for some tafsiri way, most of the time explanative. So he said he constituted you, which is appears to be when shape comes in. So his constitution, constitution is little by a better English word. And Sister Iman Tories, and fashion you in whatever form he pleased. You see, beautiful tafsiri, simple language. Common day, everyday people language, and fashion you whatever form he pleased. Okay? So Alhamdulillah, you finished the surah number 8. So I think I'm going to give you a screenshot for this page. This is the ayah. And I'm going to give you a screenshot of the vocab. Just excuse me for a minute. Get some water. Alhamdulillah. I think we have still, I think 15-20 minutes. So inshallah, we'll try to do one more ayah. Inshallah, 9 as quickly as possible. Inshallah, inshallah. So kalla bal tukazzibuna biddin. Kalla bal tukazzibuna biddin. Kalla. What is kalla, brother and sister? We did many times. It's a harfo radhin wa rajin. Wa rajin. which is which is the harf of the deterrence, repelling, and reprimand, okay, or prevention, or suppression, or reprimand. Okay. Excuse me. So we say, we write down quickly, complete our notes. I think we did many times before. So harf e radin wa jazm, and it is mabni ala sukun. Always sukun here, which will be longer. And this is basically from the al istiqrar bi karramul ta'ala, and it's the it's the basically a denial of the thing. It's a type of uh, just 1 minute. So alhamdulillah on that. So basically kalla is afradim was legend, and this basically means nay or no with exclamation mark. So it could be nay or no. Okay. Bal again we did many times halfu itrab wa intakali. But here it come halfu itrab or intakali, and it's not ibtali here. It's intakali, and we went through this also a few times before. So this time I'm now going to repeat that thing. Okay. This is halfu lil, but I will explain a little bit. Lil idrab al intakali. Oh, I beg your pardon. Intikali. And this is also mabni ala sukun. What this basically means? This means the transition of one idea to another without cancelling the first one. Transition of one idea which is coming from the other ayah to another one without cancelling the first one, because whatever been said before this is already there. So no is only denying what they are thinking about, but not denying what has been said before. Okay, that whatever has said been before is there, but Allah Subhanahu wa Taala is now changing the topic, changing the idea to other things. He's saying kalla bal. Bal is basically but. So means that Allah Subhanahu wa Taala has created you what a form is shapes, May, but you guys, but hold on. But you, what you do is described in the here. So this is not denying the first idea, but adding to a new idea. تكذبون بالدين. تكذبون فعل مضارع مرفوع. You can see the alamatu مضارع here, right? So it's فعل مضارع. Let me write down. مضارع, and this is مرفوع. And what is the alamatu marfun? Because the noon is present. because it is afalo khamsati. In afalo khamsati, the noon noon is the sign is sign of the rafa, and this wow is jamati, which is the fire. Okay? This is, brother and sister, reverse. I have repeated this several times. When 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 Jama Muzakkar Salim, wow is the sign of the Rafa. Okay? But in Fele Madaria, the wow is fine and noon is the sign of the Rafa. Okay? That's very tricky point, and I can tell you that all the even though the people had done book 1, book 2, book 3, They always get confused in the end about this thing between Fele Madariya and Fele Jama Muzakkar Salim. One more time, Jama Muzakkar Salim is the Waw Jama. Okay. Waw is the sign of Marfu. While in the Fele Madariya, Jama of Fele Madariya, the presence of the noon is the sign of Madariya. Is the sabut, is the thing of Madariya. Okay. So marfuun, so I will write down the sabuti. I make a short form sa here, sabut. What is the sabut of Madariya? Is annuni. Okay. Why? Because it is al afalu khamsati. I always write down so we should remember this terminology, then become nice, become easy. Afalu khamsati. Okay. Correct. And now wow we already mentioned is wow. I beg your pardon. I do this mostly and then become this. And this wow is fire. And this noon is sign of Madariya. Okay. So we quickly write down to complete our notes, or even though we repeated many, many times, so I will just very quickly. Jamati, and this is Damire, Muttasilun, and this is Mabni ala Sukoon. There's always Sukoon on the Waw, and it is Fi Mahalli, Rafin, because fail is always Marfu. File is always Marfu, beg your pardon. Okay. And this Jumla, this entire Jumla, the Jumla means fail of file. Pardon the system in field plus file is La Mahalla min al Arab. Why? Because it is Istinafiya. Istinafiya. Okay. ठीक है. Okay. So we covered the Tukazibuna. Bidin. Always, I think, remember Kazaba Ba. This is a qualification of the words. So its meaning is very emphatic and changes. Okay. It means different when it's come with the Ba. Okay. So just remember this thing. Okay. So ba is there are two words here, ba and din. Okay, ad-din. So first one is harfo jarrin. Again, writing become better. If I increase it, it becomes easier. Harfo jarrin, and it's mabni ala kasra. And the number two is din is ism majroor ba, and it is mabni ala kasra. Ism majroor mabni ala kasra. And this jaro majroor جار ومجرور and this is متعلق بالفعل تكذبون. تكذبوني because of the ba. I beg your pardon. We're not talking about deen here. My mistake. تكذبون. The deen is a noon. It's a kasra. Sorry, my mistake. So these are the Arab of the thing. Let's quickly look at the translation. We already did kalla. Nay, hold on. But bal tukazzibun. What is? Well, here it is. I think we already wrote down what is kalla. I think that the this is the particle of riduk and repulsion. particle of rebu and repulsion. The meaning could be not at all, by no means, certainly not, never, on the contrary. Okay? On the contrary looks better actually. On the contrary, you and what you do. Okay? So I will write down here, I think, on the contrary. At least for me, this looks a little bit more meaningful. on on the contrary. Okay, tukazzibun. The word came kazaba yakzebu bab daraba. Kazaba yakzebu. It has a three masdar. Kizban, kaziban, or kazbatan. Kizban, kaziban, kazbatan. Okay, bab daraba. Meaning is to lie, to deceive, to mislead. Lie, to deceive, to mislead. Its form two is kazzaba, which came here. Kazzaba yukazzibu takziban. Kazzaba yukazzibu takziban. Tukziban, where it came from, especially. Tukazzibu, tukazzibani, tukazzibuna, which is Jama. Okay? Right? Yukazzibu, I think I have somewhere. Yes, there you go. I think I did, yes. Just, just to show guys. Yukazzibu, tukazzibu, tukazzibu, tukazzibina, ukazzibu, and nukazzibu. Okay, right? But if you go tukazzibu, tukazzibani musanna, and tukazzibuni is jama. Right? So these are all afsal here. You have five in the pockets, right? Yukazzibu, tukazzibu, tukazzibu, tukazzibina, ukazzibu, and nukazzibu, right? And then you have afad wa khamsha in tukazzibu, tukazzibani, tukazzibu. Okay? So its meaning, what I respond to. Its meanings are, is a transitive word to accuse of lying. Kazzami means to accuse of lying, to disbelieve someone, to disbelieve someone. When this intransitive word comes with the ba, like coming here, ba, to kazzib biddin, right? Comes with the ba, its meaning becomes to deny, to refute, to disown, okay? To reject as a false, to reject as a false. Brothers and sisters, there are certain places when the verb came, still come with preposition. Sometimes the meaning or can become change, or meaning sometimes becomes reverse. Meaning comes sometimes reverse. And I showed you examples before. Okay. So one has to be very careful. Look through after the word, whether the after your ba or la or anything like came in there, and how the word meaning can change. So here, to kazibuna, we will take you reject or you deny. You mean you all. You, I think, deny or say reject. I think did we use the word here? Refute, deny, disown, reject as false. Reject as false. Okay? Between, we did many times before, very quickly. The words are dana, yadinu, dinan, or dinan. Means to borrow. It has no meaning with the word which is used there, and is quite common in Arabic language. But the bab daraba, to borrow, to take a loan, to owe, to be or become obedient, to be submissive, is all called dana. Okay. And form 4 is always used. You can look through it. But here, actually, because of the time, we talk about dinun, which is religion, faith, judgment. Just remember the two different words, dinun and dinun. See, brother and sister, how much different it makes. You can have a kasra here, and you can have a pata here, meaning completely changed. Religion to adapt. Okay, so this is the beauty of Arabic language. So we write down here deen as the judgment. Boslik mentioned because talking about in the beginning, if you say this ayah started by giving this scenario of visual interpretation. So you can imagine what would be the day of Qiyamah will look like, day of judgment look like. Okay. So and they say when the sky will pour, when the mountain within the sky stumble, when the seas become and caboose, all the graves will upside down. So this is talking about. See, I will take the meaning here as the judgment. Okay. So we're saying, but on the contrary, you deny or reject the judgment. Okay. So I think we have passed time. So let's quickly look at the here meaning beautifully. Oh, first I will give you a screenshot for this ayah so that we can proceed further very nicely. While you're taking the screenshot, so I think we will repeat Ya ayyuhan nasu ma gharraka bi rabbikal kareem. Say, O humankind, what has kept you away from your Lord, the most generous one? And then say Allazi khalaka fasawwaka fa'adalaka. He who created you, then duly shaped you and balanced you or proportioned you. And then he said, Fi ayyi suratin ma sha'a. And then he fashioned you in whatever way he pleased. This is the screenshot of the vocabulary. Whatever way he pleased. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, on the contrary, nay, but you guys, you deny the judgment. You deny the judgment. I think we have little bit over time. I intend to do up till 11, but I think we have passed time over thing. I think we'll stop here. And inshallah, we will start. Let me give you a screenshot here, please, quickly, so that inshallah next time, okay? Next time, inshallah, we will start the ayah from here. This is next class, inshallah. My apologies for the cutting too much and so slow thing down, but inshallah we'll try to make up next time. Jazakumullahu khairun. We quickly offer our dua and then we move on to and we close today's session. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept your devotion of time to study and understand the Quran, Quranic Arabic language as a good deed with this scale of good hasanat. With this scale of your good hasanat. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us a strong memory and deep knowledge of Arabic and understanding of the Quran so that we can feel the miracle of Quran in our heart. May He enlighten our homes and our families with the light of the Quran and instill this light in our children. Ya Rabbal Alameen. Ya Muqallib al-Qulubi Sabbit Qalbina ala Dinika. ربنا اتمم لنا نورا واغفر لنا انك على كل شيء قدير اللهم ان تجعل القران ربيع قلبنا ونور صدرنا ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار ربنا لا تزغ قلوبنا بعد إذ هديتنا وهب لنا من لدنك رحمة إنك أنت الوهاب سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My apologies once again, brother and sister, for quite a bit coughing in this session, but it could not be avoided. Assalamu alaikum.